More great guests I want to bring in. The next guest is someone that he'll tell you I had to prod him and poke him to make sure that he got here today because of he's got a great event going on and he needs to get back into the kitchen as soon as he leaves here. So I want to welcome Chef Eric from Loie Fuller's here in Providence, complete with the French picnic basket. Look at this. Unbelievable. I love it.
All right.
Oh my God. Look at this.
All right.
Yeah, of course it'll fit. Look at this. Look at it. With the wine sticking out of the basket. Look at all the veggies.
Brought some color. All
You
right.
couldn't be more French than this. Look at that. Welcome, Chef. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
Happy
Thanks
to
for
have you.
inviting me.
So when I reached out to Chef to ask him to join me, he's like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not kidding you, Chef." And he's like, "I've got a huge wine thing going on that night. I'm doing stuff in the kitchen." And then when I told him the time, I thought he was going to gasp and drop the phone. But he came through, and the next day he got back to me and agreed to come in and join us. But he does have to get back, so I want to make sure that I do get him. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well,
thank you again.
Rick, cheers to your persistence.
All right, tell us about the wine before we get to the basket.
Well, yeah, I grabbed a couple of wines that we're doing for our event this evening. We're actually featuring California, although I know this is French.
That's okay. California wines go good
Well,
with French food.
Oh, no. I mean, what I want to say is that we pick stuff that embodies the French style and flavor. This gentleman, I've been told, is a professional skateboarder, snowboarder who actually grew up in a winemaking family. And he's gotten back to the roots of California winemaking.
Hearts and Lever.
Yeah, I grabbed it because I love that. I love that label. I love that name, and I think we'd get along. But yeah, he grew up making wine, and he's making these small kind of traditional California wines. And so I figured we'd try this. This is actually something we're doing tonight with these vegetables here.
So talk about the dinner. What's the event? What's happening at the event?
Well, we just started doing this farm-to-table dinner, really more of a wine tasting, casual outdoor patio event. Once a month during the summer to kind of highlight the stuff we're doing on the farm.
Okay.
So what we do is we kind of get out there in the morning and we pick these vegetables here and then throw them all in the basket in the bin.
You ain't kidding. Look at these carrots.
Yeah.
I can't grow these things to save my life, and I tried. Look at
It's
this.
all fresh, and we were eating this red vein sorrel backstage, so you might want to take a
What
little
is
bite.
that?
Maybe you don't.
What is that?
It's a field green. It's kind of got a little tart sourness.
Can I eat this one?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
yeah.
Is this what Molly was eating back then?
Dive in, yeah, and then we had some fennel after that to sweeten it
It
up.
almost got real tartness.
Yeah, and that goes
What's this
great.
called?
Red vein sorrel.
Red vein sorrel.
Yeah, so we're gonna eat some vegetables like bunny
Yeah,
rabbits.
I'm
here.
okay with this because I have a garden, Chef. Believe it or not, I have a garden.
Good.
It's not, I'm
Yeah.
not that big a green thumb. I keep losing things year to year, but this I've grown. I got cucumbers that I got grown.
Lots of zucchini.
That's zucchini. See, I messed that up, but I said I got cucumbers. So all right.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm
I think
eating
I
this.
got a
This is really
cucumber.
good.
Here. I got some beans in here that we do. But really,
Look at this.
really, what we're doing is we're getting these out of the ground in the morning. We're washing them up, we're cleaning them up, we're getting them up to the restaurant, and really not adulterating them at all. We're just kind of light, a little garlic, a little olive oil, putting them on a plate, let them speak for themselves, and pairing them with some small wines.
So this is going right into what you're doing tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna go put this on a plate after this. Yeah.
So, so one of the things I learned about the chef is not only did he start Loie Fuller, so you've been there since the beginning, and they are now a decade, right?
Yeah, they are kind of us.
Yeah,
no.
The restaurant's a decade.
No, yeah, we've been there for 10 years, me and my wife, and we opened the place, and it's evolved a little bit, although we stayed true to our roots.
I'm loving this. Why would I have-
Yeah, we've been there for 10 years, and then we're doing the farm thing for about 5 years, and expanding that and bringing more of that into the restaurant.
So I got some questions on Loie Fuller's because you're in this hidden space. So when you come upon you, this hidden location, I should say, when you come upon you and you walk in, it's like you're blown away. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous space. And I got some questions about the artwork that kind of goes throughout the restaurant.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, conceptually, we just wanted to do the Art Nouveau restaurant. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's like walking into a Mucha painting. A lot of people call it a fairy forest type atmosphere. It's very surreal and
But it's
almost
the entire
otherworldly.
wall. It just especially when you're at the bar, you notice the more you're focused on it is that the entire wall is one big giant canvas.
Oh yeah. The entire bar is a mural, and then, given the whole place a treatment from top to bottom. I mean, there's nothing we haven't done that wasn't custom for the restaurant. I mean, we did the tile mosaic floor, the
Right.
bar, the walls. I mean, that place was a blank slate when we started.
Well, I have to say congratulations to you because it's absolutely outstanding. It's like I said, you are pleasantly surprised when you walk before, and that's before you even have a drink of the food. You walk in and you just feel like you're in France. You feel really comfortable, very cool. It's got that really hip atmosphere to it. And one of the other things before we get to your menu, to talk your menu, is that you have alfresco dining this time of year.
Yeah, we have a small patio that we added probably the second year we were doing it.
Okay, and that seats about 20 you said out there?
Yeah, 2025. We have a small bar area that we use for stuff like this event this evening, and then we have tables adjacent for just everyday a la carte dining.
So another thing that I learned about the chef, which was fantastic, and you don't hear this enough about people coming up through the industry, is he's self-taught, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
everything
yeah,
he's
we talked
done,
about that, yeah.
the chef has learned that this is all the stuff that he's come up with. So to have this passion and dedication to what they're doing for a decade over there is amazing. So again, congratulations to you on that.
Thanks.
Tell us a little bit about what inspired you to open a French restaurant.
Well, you know, I heard you guys talking about Julia Child, and it's a good one. I got to throw Jacques Pepin out there as my biggest influence, I think, coming up. And just watching his shows, his kind of easy style, grace, and likability. And I just remember very much the show where he roasts a whole leg of lamb over an open fire and just spins it on a rope.
I remember this.
And it was a fantastic fundamental episode. I was like, yeah, like that's cooking.
It's so funny that you said it because Jacques Pepin, I'd met him a couple times actually here in Providence, and remember the show. And the very first time I met him, and the reason I bring up Julia Child often is that I met Julia when I was 17 and got to know her to her passing, and spent time with her in Cambridge, time here. And it's so funny that you say that because he is actually, people still today, there's more people I think relate to him now, that him and his daughter, I think, that are still out there and pretty active.
Yeah, I met his daughter last summer. We were at a cookout together, and she's great. I'm hoping that I can get my foot in and we can get together on something.
Bring her to the restaurant, yeah. Bring her to the restaurant. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I think he only lives in Connecticut. So.
No, yeah, they're not far. So, Chef, talk about Loie Fuller's menu. Talk about this influence that you had. You said Jacques Pepin. You were self-taught. How are you coming up with these dishes and designing your menu?
Well, really just taking the lead.
I'm looking for more of this. Just so you know.
Yeah. Really just taking the lead right from nature, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring the picnic basket, because I mean that's kind of where my mind's at this time of year. I like to just spend as much time as I can outside, just take those cues from what's going on out in the garden, and just think about, hey, what can we get in the kitchen? What can we turn it into without honestly doing too much work or creating too much heat this time of year, because it gets pretty hot down there, let me tell you. And then just fennel and. We'll take this back and we'll roast it lightly, toss it with some olive oil, just a little acid, lemon or something, and throw it on a salad. It's just going to be delicious.
So your menu's evolving on a regular basis?
Yeah, constantly evolving for sure. Yeah.
And from the perspective of making that evolution, using the fresh ingredients, you seem to have a pretty good staff that's, again, educating people on the fact that French food is inviting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we really try and have a rustic, casual, welcoming atmosphere. I just really want to embody that kind of warmth that is my perception of the French countryside and Jacques Pepin's style, and that, hey, come check it out. And, even with our wine selection, these guys are a fun group of people. They're making a casual wine that's inviting. This is a really good barbecue wine. They're not trying to make this very high and mighty wine. They're just out there like, hey, this is good. You should try this.
Enjoyable and what you can have it with.
Yeah.
So you also have, your bar has a great cocktail selection.
Right, yeah. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, so I've been there and I've been convinced to try 2 or 3 cocktails at the bar that I truthfully never would have thought of trying. And they were amazing. So to you, you're mentioning these wines and stuff, your beverage program is just as important to the hospitality as your menu that's coming out.
Yeah. That's our general manager extraordinaire, Curtis. He's in there creating the cocktails. And again, just getting out there, asking the world, what would I make today? What do I feel like? Do I want some chamomile? Do I want some you've had more of the cocktails than I have, probably. But,
This is where my scene is. I belly up to the bar. But
Yeah.
he's done, a lot of credit to him and the rest of your staff. So let's talk a little about the menu before we go. Tell us some of the top dishes on your menu, some of the things that you encourage people to make sure that they're trying when they come in.
well, I mean, there are a few things that are emblematic. The steak frites. It's been on the menu since the first day we opened. Just classically French bistro. Just a good cut of steak, cook it to temp. We take some potatoes, real potatoes, and make them into French fries, but they're delicious.
Pommes frites.
Yeah, pommes frites.
Yep.
But they're not frozen in a bag, which is amazing, because if you take a potato and you turn it into a French fry, it just has a different depth. The mussels, everyone. Muscle Monday is a huge thing that we do.
What is Muscle Monday?
Really?
I don't know Muscle Monday.
Wow. All right. That's probably, I would say, one of the things we're most known for. That is our half price Monday mussels, and that's the appetizer that we have on the menu 7 days a week. But I just started this thing on Monday where I said, hey, let's make them half price. People it's a Monday. What is it?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, and it's been such a hit. It's, I think, going on 6 or 7 years now we've been doing
Really?
it. Yeah, and
This
it's
is the
usually,
problem. I got to get out on Mondays.
we don't take reservations, but for relatively speaking, it's usually a sold out show. It gets pretty hectic. And we sell
That's
about
awesome.
100 pounds of mussels on a Monday or something.
So we got the mussels, the steak frites.
Yeah.
So two of the questions that I usually get to close out with in talking about the menu is that, again, I want to emphasize in talking about both restaurants we've had in now is that they're not, you don't walk in and you feel this austerity or it's uncomfortable. I have to say, especially for Loie Fuller, is that you walk in and it's automatically inviting. You walk in and you're an off, you've never been there before. But you have a great staff, and it seems like you've got people that have been there a long time with you.
Yeah, we have some people that have been there since day one still.
Yeah. So, Chef, we talked about dishes that are on the menu, but what are two things? One, it's a two-part question. So one is, what do you enjoy most to cook that comes out of the kitchen that you've been a part of there? And the other is, what is something you would tell someone not to miss if they had the opportunity to try it on the menu?
I love cooking steaks. I mean, it's kind of funny, but the grill's my station, or I love the grill and everything grilled, so I do love making a good steak, Rick. I'm not gonna lie about that, and they're always worth trying. The other thing I'd probably have to mention is the pork. As we do the hogs at the farm, so we have our own pasture-raised pork. So any of the pork items on the menu you could not pass up, just for trying stuff from the farm.
So where's the farms that you work with?
Oh, we're just our own farm. Yeah.
You have your own farm?
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. So I didn't know this. Now we got some news here. Let's talk
yeah.
about this. Before he goes, I'm sorry. I know it's a last question, but we got to talk about the farm. All this is coming from your farm?
Yeah. We have our place out in Foster. Yeah.
Get out of here.
So we bought that 5 years ago as kind of an extension of the restaurant and the dining experience.
That is fantastic. So what else, besides vegetables, what else are you raising there? The hog?
Yeah, we do hogs. Chickens for eggs. I got some egg-laying ducks that we'll see if they get any eggs out of them this season. And we have the big vegetable patch. And we're looking to expand, always expand. Every year it's going to be cows, but maybe next year it'll be cows. It's kind of a...
So you are a farmer and a restaurateur and a chef all in one.
Yeah, we stay busy.
Yeah, I would say so. No wonder I had to prod him. So
You can
Chef,
see why I wanted to yell you on the
yeah,
phone.
I can see why you want to yell. So, but Chef, that's amazing for you to tell us. So you can't get any more locally sourced. You've made another reinvestment in the state to have this farm that services your restaurant.
Yeah, we thought it would be a good idea to, and we bought an old colonial farm, old New England farm, and just kind of bringing it back to life, clearing it out a little, and getting back to the roots of agriculture in New England and food.
I'm blown away. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you for coming in today. I know you're going to get back to the dinner and get the wines going.
No, it's been fun, actually.
This was
I really
fantastic.
enjoyed it.
See, my prodding made it good for him. See? Get your wine in there.
Hide that in there. Oh,
Chef, thank you again.
all right.
Good luck at the event tonight. Have